Oh my God. Strange. What's up, guys? I'm going to wait on a couple more people to get in here before I start my rant. Thank you for stopping in. I'm Liberties. I run the First Amendment Audit channel. We also do live streams every night where we get different minded people together to talk to each other as people, as individuals. I'm very proud of my stream. We have critical thinkers. We talk. We cuss sometimes. We get on each other sometimes. But if you read what my title was, I wanted to talk about last night because, man, it just seems like this country we just cannot. It's like we're right back on it today. I wake up, had quite an enjoyable time last night. Not thinking about all the negative shit going on out there. The people who want their own halftime show. Just like they want their own drinking fountains and like they want their own places to go where they don't have to deal with black people or brown people. So I had forgotten about that for the most part. I just enjoyed the beautiful halftime show, and even though I don't speak Spanish, I pretty much got the message. It was a message of unity. It was pretty cool the way I liked. My favorite part was when he went off the stage, and fell back into the crowd, and they caught him. And it was a pretty far drop too. I looked back at that. There was another picture. So that was some risk involved there. He possibly could have hurt himself. That was pretty cool. At the end, the football had the love is more powerful than hate, something like that. It had a message on it, some type of message that we all need right now. So I appreciated that. It was really fun watching the underdog Seattle beat the Patriots. I noticed things, man, and I noticed that I'm down here in Tennessee, man. We're in SEC territory down here. And I noticed for whatever reason, man, these SEC fanboys, not one of them was cheering for Seattle. They all cheered for New England, even though they don't like New England. I noticed things like that. It's a West Coast team. It's a West Coast team, so they're not going to cheer for the West Coast team. You better get used to that West Coast team because they're clearly going to be around for a long time. They have a very, very good team with a woman owner. So many things yesterday just made sense. TPUSA had problems with getting right before they went on with. I don't know. Something happened. I don't even care because I'm not going to watch that show, or I'm not going to go back. I'm not going to try to find it. Why would I try to find it? I've seen Kid Rock before he was a flaming racist. And now I just don't care to see him anymore. But, you know, it's good that the scared people that were afraid of foreign language had a place to go, their little safe place, you know, just like the white drinking fountain and the colored drinking fountain. That's what they want. That's what TPUSA wants. They want division. And okay, but we'll get past that. And we'll talk about. I wrote some things down. I also noticed last night that Trump watched the Bad Bunny halftime show. He didn't watch the TPUSA halftime, whatever the fuck that was. I'm not even going to call it a halftime show. I'm going to call it a safe space for racist. Yeah, he didn't watch that. He didn't watch that. He watched. There's pictures of him watching the Bad Bunny. Another thing I want to add is that Logan Paul, kiss my ass, bro. I've never had a problem with you, but after last night, I got a fucking problem with you. I'll never be supporting you again. They asked Logan as he walked in, you know, are you excited about the halftime show? And he made it a point to come over and say no, like he was pissed off and walked away like a giant petulant child. So Logan Paul and your brother, man, I watched your show. I watched you wrestle. In your show, you seem kind of mid. So I was just like, you know, he's not a nut. But no, it's pretty apparent whose side you're on now. You're on TPUSA's side. So I'll never watch your ass again. And anytime I do see you, I'll fucking make fun of your little pansy ass. And imagine getting so upset at a damn halftime show. You know, and here we are, America. You know, I woke up feeling good after last night, and Facebook has all the bot farms out talking about, you know, putting up the division and the hate. You know, it shit gets so fucking old. It's so old that people don't see it. So yeah, Logan Paul, fuck off. Yeah, you're a piece of crap. You proved it last night. If you had a reason why you weren't looking forward to it, come up to the camera and say why you have a reason you're not looking forward to it. Don't be just a idiot troll like that. No, and walk off like you're pissed off at the world because we decided to take an American, and he is an American, by the way. And yeah, everything about that last night, I enjoyed the whole thing. I enjoyed everything about that Super Bowl. There was one thing that kind of pissed me off towards the end. I got excited about it, guys. I got really excited about it because you know me and you know what I'm about. I'll go back and read these comments here shortly. I'm sure they're all trolls, but that's okay. You guys, you know what I'm about. You know I'm about getting people together to discuss who this is really about, okay? I'll go ahead and I'll say it out loud like I always do. It's never been about red versus blue. It's the 1% versus you. Remember that. Okay, these culture war bullshit is all set up by the top 1%. Now, let's talk about that for a minute, because I don't know if anybody saw this ad come on later in the Super Bowl, but I got excited. Okay, there was an ad. It was talking about billionaires and how their health care, they get whatever they want, and we're stuck with nothing. And I was getting excited. I was like, holy shit, we're opening up our eyes. Here's a commercial that's gonna show something. And I thought it was some group or organization or something. And it was a fucking ad. It was an ad. Somebody finally got it halfway right, and they can put it up there about billionaires getting more than anybody else, and how it's time to stop living on our knees and stand up. And I was really excited. And then all of a sudden it's some stupid ad about some app or something, medical care app, some scam. So that really pissed me off. If these guys thought that they grabbed this mantle saying we need to do something about the billionaires. Oh, by the way, here, pay for this. Bullshit. I saw it. I didn't like it, and but it's okay because you're kind of opening eyes by doing what you did. Maybe some people will go, you know what? Yeah. It's not red versus blue. It's the 1% versus you. You know, I don't get it. I don't get why these people defend these billionaires. The billionaires wouldn't piss on you. Wouldn't piss on you in a second. Would throw you under the bus, How many people has Trump thrown under the bus? Let's talk about how he threw that staffer under the bus. Apparently there's some staffer out there that he says put that video up. And conveniently, you're talking about the monkey video, which he will not live down. He will not live that down. He's done. He's done with that one. That one turned a lot of people away from him. All right. When it's that blatant and he won't apologize for it, and he just, I just watched the first part of it, and he had plenty of opportunities, but you know what? Trump's never apologized to anybody. That's what I want you to take away from this. Okay. If you're sitting if you're teetering on, well, I supported him, but I don't know, man, this is going a step too far. All I'll ask you and tell you is check out find any video out there of Trump apologizing in his lifetime. I want you to really think about that as a human being. What kind of grown adult has never apologized for anything? Apparently he's Jesus Christ walking. Apparently he's never made a mistake. Apparently he's perfect. He walks on water. He can't do anything wrong. People just seem to ignore everything he does. And but here's the thing: we're not ignoring. We're not ignoring. I'm pumped about what happened in that Super Bowl last night because I saw all the people coming together to love one another and have a beautiful time. And Trump, if you keep pushing it, then look to Minneapolis in the spring because that's where the people are going to take it all back. Understand that. All right, now let me read some of these troll comments. I'll skip right past the ones who I know are trolls. Now, if you have a common sense response you want to take or you want to put up there, then I'll gladly respond to it. You've got to be the biggest asshole on YouTube. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. I always take a compliment for being the biggest asshole on the internet. When I'm trolling Nazis. Yeah, it's my favorite thing. So you think you're coming in here and trolling me, but you're actually making me excited. Nothing I live for more than making racists nervous, than making racists understand that your racism is never going to be normalized. You think it's normalized because you're in your little small bubble of racist. But once you get outside of that bubble and you travel to a city, let me see you act like that in a city. Let me see you act like that anywhere around normal fucking people that aren't your little group of fucking white motherfuckers who have decided it's time to have our own shit. We don't want what you have. We don't want diversity. We want all white. We want you to have that old drinking fountain. We want you to, we want to separate everybody again. That's what we want to do. You're loud and clear about it. But guess what? You're a very, very small minority, a lot fucking smaller than you even used to be even a week ago. Every day, more people fall off that Trump train and they get on the train of reality that it's not red versus blue. It's the 1% versus you. Now, anybody have any valid questions? Trump did not go. I'm not reading that. Release all the $6 million Epstein files. Thank you very much. That has a lot to do with it. Clearly, that has tons to do with it. Isn't it crazy how we lose our shit over a Spanish-speaking halftime show, but we don't lose our shit about them refusing to release half of the fucking Epstein files? You guys, you're walking around there. You're walking around sleepwalking. Oh, one more thing I wanted to add. I didn't put this down on the notes, but then I did notice it because someone took a picture of the prices over here at the Super Bowl. They took a picture of the menu. They had a $180 burger that feeds 4, whatever. Something like that I get. You're the first time ever at a Super Bowl, probably the only time you ever go. You want to remember, what your experience. So you spend $180 on a giant burger that feeds 4 people. But that's not what I wanted to get at. What I wanted to get at was on the menu, they were showing the prices. Now, It was $19 for a single beer. Okay. Now you can come in here and you can say, well, it's the Super Bowl. But what I saw was on the comments, I saw a lot of people saying, well, I'm from New York, I'm from Chicago, I'm from so and so, and that's a normal price. You know, that's a normal price for a Bulls game. That's a normal price. That's normal. That's normal. That's normal. Everybody's saying that's normal. Here's what I want to ask you. Why is that normal? Why is it normal to have a $19 beer at a sporting event? Why is that normal? And why do we just sit back and say, oh, that's normal? That's normal, a $19 beer. That's perfectly normal. You know, us as consumers, we're so busy battling this fucking war with each other that the billionaires up top are just raping us left and right. And we're okay with it. I don't understand that logic. Please explain that logic to me. How you're okay as a consumer being fucked left and right, up and down by the top 1% and the corporations and the billionaires. Why? Why do you think that that's okay for that to happen? I mean, you're fighting against yourself, man. You're fighting against yourself. If you would understand, it's not red versus blue. It's the 1% versus you. You can understand and cut out all this culture war bullshit, and we can get together on the same fucking page and let's do something for America for once. To get these prices down for everybody, insurance for everybody. We're the only civilized country in the world that does not, only large civilized country in the world that does not have universal health care for its people. And, you know, I just don't understand it, guys. And if you won't fight for it, then I'll fight for it. When you reap the benefits for it, you can come back and say, hey, Liver Cheese, thank you for doing that, man. Thank you for making all our prices cheaper. Thank you for realizing and helping me understand who the real enemy is, that the real enemy is not this political person on the other side. Because guess what, guys? Both of the parties take money from up top, all right? If we're being honest about it, whatever side you're on. Let's talk about the TPUSA Nazis real quick, okay? Your little movement that you want to drape your religion around ain't working. We ain't buying it. We know you're hateful. You're hateful, and Jesus was never hateful. Not a hateful guy. I'm agnostic myself, but I'm open to other people's religions, and I'm accepting of other people's religions as long as it does not affect other people. As long as it does not affect other people. Your religion is not mine to practice. All right. So as much as you want me to go to church every Sunday and to do everything just like you do, it's not happening. Freedom of speech, freedom of press, freedom of religion in this country. And to be quite honest with you, Americans just aren't into you that much anymore. You know, you got a church on every corner. Why are your numbers dropping? Your numbers are dropping because you preach Trump. You don't preach God. You don't preach Jesus. You preach Trump. That's why you're losing numbers, and that's why your little Nazi movement will never work in this country. There's enough intelligent people already in this country. Even though you want to dumb us down and demonize education, we're not going to let that happen. Somebody in here the other day asked me with a straight face. They asked me, this is an honest question. They said, do you think that someone who goes to college is smarter than someone who does not go to college? And I looked at them and I said, absolutely, I think that. Why wouldn't I think that? Do you think that that you're going to come up and pass over somebody with a degree in a certain field because your feelings are hurt that they went to college and spent all that time to educate themselves? No, sorry. You're not on a level playing field. These people spent many, many years being educated. Many, many years going to school and being educated. And now they're trying to demonize education. You're trying to say, well, that guy's not smart just because he has a college degree. No, he is smart because he has a college degree. What you're trying to say is a college degree doesn't make you wise. There's a difference between wise and smart. It's a huge difference. I got somebody next to me. I think they may be talking on the phone or live streaming. I don't know. I'm up here. I'm getting ready to go in and do my daily work for the day. I'm a picker. And we hello.
Hello.
Yeah, and we're I just come on here every now and then and just run down the news during the day. At night, if you want to come back and join our stream of critical thinkers, please do hit that sub button and come see us, man. We have fun. We have arguments from time to time, but guess what? We treat each other like humans in there. You come in and you ask me what political party I'm from, I'm not going to answer you because that's a very private and personal question. And when did we start asking that shit to total strangers? It's weird. It's very weird. So don't ask me. Get to know me as a person, and maybe I'll get to know you as a person. GOP is trying to give people permission to skip the hard work of education by telling them that colleges are woke. Yes, they are. And another thing that pisses them off is that they think that their little babies and kids are going to go away to college and become this different person. Well, let me tell you this, man. If they go away to college and they become a different person, that's because they're a wonderful thinker. Okay, that's because they've figured out that's what college is about. That's what people don't understand. They think it's just about getting a skill. It's about learning to think in a different way. It's about learning to accept other points of views. It's about learning to understand that we live in a country and a nation with black, brown, white, red, green, yellow, everybody, rainbow, everybody. What we need to get back to is, you remember the old saying that if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. Yeah, you might help yourself look a little better if you just shut the fuck up about stuff like this. Okay, that you're very ignorant on. You can try to demonize Mexicans all you want to, but every one of them that I've ever met. As a matter of fact, I'm walking out this morning. There's 3 of them up on my neighbor's roof, and they're up there fixing up that roof, and that roof's going to be done probably in a day because they get shit taken care of. And I remember thinking to myself, man, there's going to be a lot of people this summer that are going to be trying to have their roofs their houses roofed, and they're going to have problems. Prices are going to be way higher. I absolutely guarantee you prices are going to be way higher, and it's going to take a lot longer to get it done. So just be prepared for that, because that absolutely is coming. What else? Anything else? Anybody want to add any positivity to yesterday's festivities, or anything you saw that maybe you didn't like, but you're like, you know what, I get it. That's where we need to be as a country, where we if you don't watch it, you don't have to watch it. Go make a snack, go hang out, go have a beer, go do whatever you got to do if you don't want to watch it. But just the fact that you go so far to set up this alternative Super Bowl halftime show, it just reeks of the days of segregation. You want that fountain, that black only fountain, that white only fountain. That's what it goes back to. And we ain't going back there, guys. You may think we are, but we damn sure ain't, man. We will bleed on the streets before we go back to that. And I'm a white American, and I have no attachment to these immigrants, but I'm going to tell you, they get due process. They get due process. It's part of the Constitution. And just because some tyrant wants to come in and change the Constitution, you're just not going to do that. You're not going to do that. We're going to end this nightmare come spring if you keep pushing. Otherwise, we'll just wait till the midterms and we'll end it there. And you'll just be sitting there with nothing to do while we control the House and the Senate. I say we, and I shouldn't say that because I'm not happy with the 2-party system either. I think that we need to have a lot more people out there running. I think that the first thing I want to do when whoever gets back control, when we have some sanity in this country, the first thing we need to do, without a doubt, is to get rid of that Electoral College. The Electoral College is bullshit. It does not apply anymore. We need a popular vote election. And that's what we're going to get. We're going to get that. Puerto Rico is part of the United States, douchebag. I assume you're not talking about me because I've been saying that the entire time. Maybe you're talking about somebody else. A whole new system, blue and red are both bullshit. Thank you. Thank you. See, we can get on board with that, guys. That's what I'm trying to say, man. You got to get away from this, from all this. It's only bullshit because Scamala lost. No, it's only bullshit because we got an idiot in the fucking White House who's telling me I can't practice my First Amendment rights and go out and record people on the fucking streets and record my elected officials. That's why we have a problem. That's why we have a problem. If he hadn't made my life harder and every other First Amendment auditor out there and every other great American who understands that not only do we need to record our elected officials, not our elected officials, our public servants. Yeah, there's nothing more American than to do something like that. You just recording? Guys, I want to show y'all while I got a few people in here. I want to show you my favorite shirt that I'm wearing today. I'm surprised nobody said anything about it because you can't see it, but it's a Mickey Mouse. Check this out. Check out this shirt. Tell me what you think about that. That's my shirt right there. That's what I go out and I proudly display. Mickey Mouse puking on a swastika. That's me. That's me. That's if you want to know me, that's me. I've always been a Nazi fighter. I've always been a Nazi puncher. Nothing makes me more excited than humiliating these little cockroaches who want to dehumanize any other group. That's what gets me off. I love that. I will continue to do it till the day I die. No racist will be safe with me around because and that's not a threat. That's just me. I will expose you in public as being the racist you are. One thing you can always do is you can go on Facebook and you can screenshot these clowns whenever they say something racist. You can screenshot it. They're probably going to have an anonymous profile because that's what pussies do. They hide behind an anonymous profile to say nasty, evil stuff. But there's ways we can embarrass and humiliate these morons. The few out there who don't have a hidden account, who are ashamed of the things that they say, we can hunt them down on YouTube. We can take pictures of their comments. We can reach out to their employers. We can do all that. They think that they're safe in the privacy of their own home, typing their little bullshit on their keyboard. You never see them out in the street because they're all cowards, every single one of them. If you're so proud of what you feel, then please let the entire world know. Let them know. Get out there. Let them know I'm a Nazi, damn it, and I'm proud of it. Let them know. Let everybody know. Because you damn sure ain't no Christian. It's good to have everybody back to work today, finally. Man, get a haircut, have a shave, lose the specs and cap, grow a brain. Yeah, fuck off, bro. Grow a brain. I'm a critical thinker, son. You reach a level in your life where you understand that certain people you'll never be able to reach, so you just have to try to find the critical thinkers out there. A certain person you're never going to reach because they don't have the IQ for you to reach them. They're not enlightened. They don't understand that just because there's an authority figure that you don't have to bow over to them and not question their actions. They're used to not having rights violated. Eventually your rights will be violated, because they're taking away the protections that protect you and me as Americans. So don't think it won't affect you. It will come to your doorstep eventually. But I don't think we're going to let it get that far. I think we're very close to squashing this movement. You never want to be on the wrong side of history. Ever. Hell awaits. I just opened this live for you, Nazi or shitting on Nazis. I'm shitting on Nazis, as you can tell by my shirt. Let me straighten it up so you can see it a little more. Don't go looking for this shirt because it's one of a kind, brother. Paid up a little bit for this one. See, I'll pay up for stuff that I believe in with all my heart. And I challenge anybody on the streets today or when I'm out in public to come up and say anything or question me about this shirt. We can have a real quick conversation. Why are you coming up and you're defending Nazis? Clearly, it shows you what's going on. There's Mickey Mouse. He's puking on a Nazi symbol. So, I wear these trolley shirts out from time to time because I want the pieces of human garbage to seek me out. I want to know how they became as disgusting as they are. They never want to have that conversation. They never want to have that conversation. They never want to defend the Nazi Charlie Kirk, who said that black women don't have the brain processing power of white men. Once those words come out of someone's mouth, it's time to any normal human being would go, yeah, that's a fucking lunatic. Why are they propping him up exactly? They're propping him up because he speaks their language. It's to dehumanize an entire group of fucking people. And it's disgusting, and we'll put an end to it. This is the United States of America. You have a right to be in this country. If you've made it to this country, even if you're illegal, you have a right to due process according to the Constitution of the United States of America, written by my forefathers who died to have those things in the Constitution. Okay, so, yeah, you're shitting on our forefathers. You're spitting on our forefathers. That's what you're doing. And I'm not going to stand by idly while that happens. I'll be your huckleberry. I'll always fight for freedom. How many of these guys that have a mortgage out in Bumfuckville, Arkansas, who are barely scraping by with their giant truck and their mobile home and can barely survive? How many of y'all are gonna say, you know what? I bust my ass, and everywhere I look, it's being taken away from me, and it ain't by illegals. And illegals don't vote. Let's get that out there right now, all you trolls. Illegals don't vote. Never have. Never will. Why the fuck would an illegal person vote? Let's use common sense. Put on a critical thinking cap right now. Put on your critical thinking cap and let's talk about it. Why would an illegal person in this country risk voting? It's a felony. It's a felony, number one. Number two, why would they do that? Why would they want to put themselves in the spotlight and have authorities come after them if they're here illegally? They do pay taxes every day. They pay sales taxes. They pay taxes on everything else. So, I just, no risk voting with fake ID. No one votes with fucking fake ID. Don't be a moron. It's all started by Trump, the mail-in ballot. He demonized the mail-in ballot. He demonized it. And what's so crazy about it is he uses it. That's the way he votes. He's voted by mail several times. I'm a fucking moron. Okay. If I'm a fucking moron, how come you can't see that a guy who's trying to demonize the mail-in voting also mail-in votes? Oh, could it be because he's afraid that brown-skinned people might mail-in vote? Is he afraid that Democrats mail-in vote a little higher than other parties? Is that what's really going on? Yeah, that's what's really going on. That's what's really going on. Show me 80 million people who voted for Biden. Stay tuned. Stay tuned. It's coming. Spring, Minneapolis. You'll see. I mean, there have been hundreds of protests, thousands of protests across this country, and you still seem to think that Biden wasn't elected? Isn't it strange how one side owns up to losing and the other side doesn't own up to losing? That's a strange phenomenon, isn't it? It's strange how only one guy doesn't trust our election. You know why he doesn't trust our fucking election? because he wants to control the elections. He's already said it. He wants to nationalize elections. That will never happen, buddy. The day you try to do that, that's a war. This country goes to war. The day you try to nationalize the election. All these fucking Trumpers who said we're states' rights, all of a sudden aren't states' rights. Isn't it amazing how gullible these fucking morons are? Complete morons. Sorry, guys, you just are. I see it, and you can't see what you're fucking doing, then you're just, you need help. Seek help. Seek help. You'll never be able to convince right-wingers. I like that, bro. Thank you. Guys, if you're in here in the chat defending me, I can't really go down and read you and thank you for having common sense. But if you put a common sense post up that or comment up that is about human rights, then I greatly appreciate you being here and doing that. Okay. Normally at night I have my people in here and they would be knocking these trolls out left and right. But I like to play with these trolls. I like to play with these trolls because they really, have nothing to hide behind in mom's basement. They scare me. They don't scare me at all. At all. I've never seen one of them in public. Never seen anybody in public walking around, preaching hate, talking about hate to people in public. You know why? Because they're quiet as a mouse when they walk out that door. All that bullshit that they're typing goes out the fucking window once they leave their fucking door. Okay. Time to own up to who you really are. Time to own up to who you really are. If you're typing it, you need to come out and say the exact same thing to members of the public, because that's what social media is, and you're getting away with it because you want to go anonymously on your okay, let's talk about everybody having voter ID cards. How about we have internet ID cards? What about that? That's a great idea. In order to be a member of a civilized internet, you need to put your real information down. It can't be just a fake information. You got to put your real information down. And let's see how quickly all this bullshit trolling goes away overnight. It's really the first solution, to be honest with you. If you're going to be on the internet and you're going to be spreading fucking hate, yeah, you need to be removed from the internet. Period. End of story. You're the enemy to real humans. All right. Yeah, I think I've adequately given you what I thought from last night. Thank you for sticking around and watching. And if you hit the sub button, I greatly appreciate you. It means that you're a critical thinker and that you want to talk about some stuff instead of just making fun of anybody who looks different than you. Yeah, I love you guys. Go out there, punch some Nazis, defend the United States of America. Be anti-fascist, absolutely. If you're an anti-fascist, you are a true American. Be proud of that. Go out and toot that horn and let everybody know, fuck no, I don't support Nazis and I don't support fascism in our country. Because you're surrounded by good people. I promise you. You're surrounded by good people. Even in a red state that I'm in Memphis, Tennessee, which is a blue dot in a red state. I'm okay. I feel safe. All these clowns that want to threaten me and talk and I'll meet you in a back alley and beat the shit out of you. I'm not worried at all about them because they're all cowards. Every single one of them's a coward. If you want to ruin your life by going out and assaulting somebody that has a different opinion than you, then by all means fucking do it. Enjoy your jail time. Okay, enjoy your jail time. Y'all support a pedophile? Yeah, man. If we took half the energy that we had for a stupid halftime show and put it into some real shit, we could get some stuff done. We could get some stuff done real quick. But what it takes is critical thinking. Critical thinking. Don't just read that fucking bullshit culture war story. go behind the scenes and look at all the sides, put yourselves in other people's shoes, you know, the common sense stuff that we've been taught since we were children in America. And be proud of yourself, because other countries around the world are watching us. They're watching us. They know what's going on. And I get messages of support every day from people overseas, wondering if we're okay, here in the U.S., because they know what they see, and they see what was happened in 1945. They're seeing it again, especially in Germany. Well, let's ask some Germans, some real Germans, what they think, and they'll tell you straight up, yeah, you got a Nazi in the fucking White House. That's what we think. So thank you to the people of the world who have given me messages of support. I love you all, and I'm the best of America. Anyone else who stands up for our rights and for freedom are also the best of America. So we're still out here, guys. We're still out here. You ain't seen us get really angry yet. You'll know when we get really angry, because all of the riots that the red side seem to think that are going on in the streets, they haven't happened yet, guys. They haven't happened yet. You haven't seen riots. Now, when he tries to take our voting rights and make them nationalized, then you'll see the rioting. Then you'll see the blood on the streets. Then you'll see America fighting back for what she was born for. We will not let our country be taken away by a fascist Nazi regime disguising themselves as Christians. You're exposed. TPUSA, I make it a point every day to go out and tell people that you're a Nazi organization. I show them videos. I come to a place up here where it's a lot of African Americans and Mexicans who pick. You know, they're pickers. They're hustlers. That's what they do to survive. They go out and they find items that other people want, and they resell them. So I'll go in there every day. They all know me. And I'll make sure, because I know there are a lot of younger people who don't keep up with the news. So I made sure I had that Obama monkey video queued up, ready to go. And you, as a good American, can do the same thing. A lot of people don't want to hear it. They want to act like it's not there. It's our jobs to save these videos, save these comments, and when you're around normal people in public, show it to people. Show it to people right there. I was showing my video. Stand by, guys. I got to take a phone call, so give me a second. All right, guys, if you hung around, I got to, you know what, we'll continue to talk. I got to drive, though. I got to drive, and so I don't drive. I'm not one of these streamers who's going to drive and put other people at risk. So if you want to troll me while I drive home, then go ahead and troll me. If you want to sit here and listen to the crazy old man talk about freedom, and go ahead. I appreciate you being here. But I'm on the move. I got somewhere I got to be. I'm going to end the feed in just a minute. But yeah, guys, don't be afraid to come in and join our little group. We consider ourselves critical thinkers. We treat each other as human beings. If you have an opinion, then we'll listen to it, and we'll offer. We'll want to know why you have that opinion. And if you have, if you feel strongly about it, that's fine, as long as you're not hurting other people. That's what we're all about. We're all about getting together and discussing new big ideas that have never been thought about before in this country. We discuss the but what we're really starting to do is get on the same page about who the real enemy is. It's not the red or the blue. It's not red versus blue. It's the 1% versus you. I'm going to say that over and over and over. And by the way, it is trademarked. I do have T-shirts coming out. So if you think you're going to steal that, good luck with that. But it's a message that needs to be spread. Now, if you ask me if you want to use it, then I'll say absolutely. Absolutely. But anyway, yeah, we're slowly waking up in America. Eyes are starting to open. People who have never been political their entire lives are starting to become political. And I love it. I love it. I love America. And I love that you guys are out there making your voices heard. Greatest thing, greatest country in the world. If you take that away, if you take away our freedom of speech and you take away our freedom to own firearms, you take away our freedom of press, we're no longer the greatest country in the world. That's what makes America the greatest country in the world, being able to say those things. And, you're allowed to say it. And I'll say it again for the people in the back. I might not agree with your right to with something that you say, but I will die for your right to say that. That used to be a very common theme we had in this country. Everybody would say it. If you had a misunderstanding and an argument or something, you could go straight to that. You can say agree to disagree, but you know what? Your opinion is just as valid as mine, as long as it does not affect other people. Freedom, baby. Freedom. Go out, preach it, teach it. Teach it is the main thing. Have those videos, those monkey videos, the monkey video with the Obama, have that ready to show people who might not have seen it. Because when I showed it to the younger people who had not seen it, all their jaws dropped and they could not believe what they were seeing. And I said, yes, that's the president of the United States who sent that out for the world to see. Yes, we're not in an alternative time zone or time zone. We're not in an alternative universe. That's what I meant to say. It feels like it. Holy shit, it feels like it. Not a day goes by that when I wake up, man, I just don't want to pull up the news apps. I don't want to see it. But even if you try to pull yourself away from it, you're still gonna get some of it. I mean, that's just, if you're on social media, if you're on any of that, you're gonna see that stuff. And it's tiring. Time to stop living on our knees, America. Time to stand up. Don't be scared. Don't be scared. No point to be scared. Because when you see how many people out there that are just like you, standing up and doing the same thing, you won't be scared anymore. I'm here to tell you there's nothing to be afraid of. If it gets violent and some people lose their lives, some freedom fighters lose their lives, you lost your life in the best way possible. You'll go down in history as being that martyr for freedom. So just know that you're on the right side of history. If the shit goes down, you're on the right side of history. If you get taken out by a fucking crazy ass maggot, then understand that your place in the history books is secured. These are all stepping stones to getting rid of these fucking Nazis. If we have to lose some people to do that, then that's what will happen, unfortunately. But I will tell you the truth. And I've been right about everything. Not everything, but I've been right about most things. And that's a simple, it's not because I'm any smarter than you guys. I just, I'm enlightened and my eyes are open. I see things for what they really are. All right, I'm almost home, guys. I'm gonna have to cut you. I'll try to read a couple comments if I can. But guys, just hang in there, okay? Hang in there. If you're feeling beat up and weary, hang in there. Freedom's coming. Freedom's coming. We're gonna celebrate and dance in the streets one day, brothers. All of us, all my critical thinkers and freedom fighters, we're all going to meet up in the streets and we're going to celebrate and we're going to party like there's no end. That day will come. It is coming. So keep the faith, keep the hope. You can do it. I believe in you guys. I know it's scary times. But together, here's to the four of us. Tomorrow there'll be more of us. And if you don't know what that is, then I'm not going to explain it to you. All right. Guys, thank you for hanging around. Even if you're just trolling me, I appreciate you coming in here because it's a conversation with the other side. I always appreciate that. So thank you for coming in and saying hello, even if you're just trolling me. I'll be back on later tonight, I think, maybe, possibly, potentially. Yeah, I'll be back on later tonight, and we'll have our usual good times. I'll show off the things I found today. We'll play games. We'll check out from this bullshit around us and get to know each other and love one another like we should. Okay, if that sounds fun to you, if you like humor and you're over 18, because sometimes it can get a little randy in there, if you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, come on in and stop by and say hello. Love you guys. Liver Cheese signing out. I got to tell you, continue to talk. And I'm going to tell you one more time. It's not the red versus blue. It's a 1% versus you. CTG out. I love every one of you guys. See you next time.